Retest day today. So, Ryan's 30-day golf fitness transformation, 18 workouts. We took a day off yesterday. We're going to retest today, see how things went for these 30 days. How do you think they went?
Good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You can feel some improvements?
Yeah, I think working it, weaknesses definitely helped.
Yeah. I mean, definitely, this isn't, I don't expect major changes after 30 days, right? But we should have made some improvements here. This is a long out process, right? If he stops working on some of these, he's gonna go right back to where he was, right? So it takes consistency. It's a
habit.
Yeah, it's a habit. It's a a process that takes a lot longer than 30 days. So I thought it'd be a fun exercise though, so we're gonna see what happened. We did a lot of different exercises and really pounded a lot of these things. So I've got here what Ryan's first movement screen looked like. These are the things we're gonna retest today. I'm not gonna go through every single retest, wrist flexion, extension. He was all good with all of those. So today I'm gonna shorten it up, focus on these. So pelvic rotation, he was limited bilaterally. Single leg balance, his right leg, 0 to 5 seconds. Left leg, 11 to 15. Lower quarter rotation, external rotation, bilaterally, limited. Bridge with leg extension, all right? When he did it on his right leg, he cramped. Pelvic tilt, a little bit of shake and bake there in the posterior pelvic tilt. And then his strength was great. Greens across the board. So he had some movement issues, strength was good. So if we clean up those movement issues, we should increase that power, all right? So we're gonna retest core power, which was really low relative to his upper and his lower body. But his lower body was still a little bit low there too, so we're gonna retest the vertical jump. So those are the tests we're gonna go through. We're gonna see how we did, come back, evaluate it, and then of course, now what's next? Well, we do this reevaluation, we see how we did. We continue to pound those, but some of these maybe have gone to green or to yellow, so we're making improvements. Meanwhile, we can pick up more sort of on the strength side and really start working on, he's already strong enough, so now it's about power, speed. All right, so we develop a new program for the next 4 weeks, and that's how the process works. So, you ready to go?
Yep.
Let's do it. So first up, we'll go with pelvic rotation. All right, so I'll have you turn to the camera all the way. Yeah, good, right there. All right, so with this one again, it was golf posture, right? Hands across the shoulders, and can he move his pelvis, can he rotate his pelvis independently of his upper body? All right, before it was more of a sort of shifting as opposed to rotating, all right? So again, we're just looking for, can he do it? It doesn't matter how how far he goes, can he rotate it? And that looks a lot better than what it did the first time. And we can show some video of that too, probably. Looks a lot better. He's still getting a little bit of a shift here, but just wants to rotate that pelvis back and forth, right? Sometimes we try too hard to work. It's like, oh, can I get it all the way?
Yeah.
It's can you move it independently of the upper body rotating, okay? Good, but the single leg balance, right side 0 to 5 seconds, left side 11 to 15. So again, what we're gonna do with this one is you're going to bring your knee up to 90 degrees, and then when you're ready, you're gonna close your eyes and I'll start the clock. Okay, 17 seconds. So a little bit better. Before he fell on his left he was between 11 and 15. All right, so right side, this was the one that he really struggled with. Thirteen seconds. So a little bit better there. He was between 0 and 5. He pretty much dropped right away on his right side. Obviously, I can sit here and we can take 3, 4 reps at it and see if he gets any better. Bottom line is he's improved a little bit with the single leg balance. working that unilaterally instead of working bilaterally all the time in our exercises. When we start working single leg stuff or single arm stuff, we really sort of develop better strength and better balance and stability within those. You know, too many times we're just working bilaterally and then one side's compensating for the other. So, good work.
Eyes closed sucks too.
Yeah, eyes closed makes it real difficult. It's not an easy test. All right, for the bridge with leg extension, okay? So his glute, right? We were working on the glute a lot actually. So, feet together, knees together. We're gonna bridge up and then he's gonna put one leg out and he's gonna hold that position. And we're looking for 10 seconds. Now, his right leg, left leg was fine, flew through 10 seconds. Right leg had some cramping. So if you got cramping or if your lower back starts to have some pain, that means your glute's not working. So let's see how he does this time. All right, so bridge up. Good, and single leg. Good, 10 seconds, all good?
Yeah.
All good there on the right leg. So we'll do the left leg also while we're here. Bridge up. Good. All good on the left?
Yeah.
Good. So definitely some improvement there. I mean, we really hit the glutes hard. So I expected this one was going to be one that we improved on. So good work. All right. So the next test we got here is lower quarter rotation. Okay. So the pelvic rotation was a measurement of whether or not he can just move it independently of his upper body. This test is going to give us a better idea of how far he can move. So he didn't have an issue with internal rotation. His was external rotation. But in our golf swing, we're internally rotating here, externally rotating here in the backswing, and then in the downswing, internally rotating, externally rotating. So it's important that we have both, right? Or else we're not going to get as big of a backswing, or we're not going to follow through. All sorts of different swing faults can come into play. So I've got this nifty little paper thing here that measures 60-degree angle, but if you have a 6-iron, that's a 60-degree angle at the bottom also. So we're gonna have him just keep this. It's gonna give me a better visualization of how far he gets. That's all that this iron does. One leg up front, and so go ahead, we're gonna turn first to internally rotate. All right, so he gets that 60 degrees, and now his issue from before was the external rotation, and he easily clears 60 degrees. So we've made some great improvement there. I mean, we really hit external rotation in those glutes. So I definitely figured this would be one where he would get better at. He was way short previously, and this one is definitely past 60 degrees. So we'll try it on the left leg now. Internal rotation, good, and external rotation. Again, much better. Cleared the 60 on both. So good work there. These are a couple of them where you can make some significant improvements with the correct, proper exercises. I mean, if you go through all those workouts, 18 workouts, we crushed. I mean, I guess 9 of them were lower body. We crushed his glutes. We crushed external rotation. So I definitely expected this one to improve. Next up is the pelvic tilt. So we've tested the 4 main red ones. This one was a yellow. So he could pelvic tilt, which is one part of the test. Can you just independently move your pelvis? And the second part is what kind of quality of movement is, and that's where the issue was. A lot of times when we posteriorly tilt, we get a little bit of shake and bake, all right? And so that could be from various, there's various reasons why that occurs. And I'll say this is probably one of the harder ones to really master and to really, be able to do. But we'll see where he's at. So, golf posture, hands across the shoulders, all right? Into a slightly more golf posture. There you go. Good. And now, I want to pretend like his shorts are filled up with water. He's going to start by anteriorly tilting, dumping the water out, and then posteriorly tilt. Okay? Dump the water out, posteriorly tilt. So he has no problem anteriorly tilting and posteriorly tilting, but when he posteriorly tilts, he's still got some shake and bake in there. So again, you know, like I said, I didn't expect everything to just clear up after 30 days. This one takes some work. It takes some core work. It takes a lot of pelvic tilt exercises, which we did a lot of them, but he still needs some improvement on it. So there's still some shake and bake there. I think visually, from what I recall from 30 days ago, and I can go back and check the film, his tilt is better. I mean, he didn't have an issue doing it.
I was shaking both ways.
But yeah, the shaking has come down a little bit, but still definitely needs work on it. So good. We got the movement test done. So those 5 movement assessments. Now we got 2 power assessments for Ryan. So we're gonna do lower body power, then we'll go outside and do the core power. Lower body power last time was 16 1/8 inch. All right, so I've already measured his standing height here. Okay, yeah, let's see right there. Okay, so I'm just gonna give him 3 jumps, right? He's gonna jump as high as he possibly can, and I'll mark off the top one, and then we'll measure. Whoa, all right.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Okay, that was lower. Obviously, there's better ways of doing this. You know, you can get the Vertec, but this is what we've got here. Yeah, okay. So the first one was his highest one. So we will take that down to there. So he's sitting at 17 3/4. 17 3/4 inches. So definite improvement there. Basically like 1.5 inches, a little more than 1.5 inches. So again, when I looked at those things in the beginning, strength was great, power was a little off, but he had some major movement issues too. So we cleaned up some of those movement issues, and you know, got his glutes stronger. Obviously, we did some lower body strength exercises also in here. You know, unilateral stuff,
Side step ups, all that stuff helps.
and an inch and a half there. So good work there. All right, so our last assessment for today is going to be his core power, right? So this is the sit up and throw toss. So last time he was at 14 feet 2 inches, and then he threw his last toss and broke the tripod, but it was another 8 inches. So 14 feet 10 inches is what we're looking for here. See if we had any improvement. All he's doing is he's working with that 8-pound med ball. So he's down on his back, feet, knees up, and he's just going to sit up and throw that ball as far as he can, and we'll measure it. I'll give him 3 shots on this, and we'll see if he improved from that 14 feet 10 inches. Cut. Let's measure the first one. See where we're at here. Okay, so he is at 16 feet 1 inch. All right, so we'll set this aside and we'll give him 2 more. See if he can improve. Ooh, like basically right on it. I'd probably give him another inch there. Obviously the med ball is pretty big, so it's hard to exactly pinpoint, but he hit the clip and it was a little bit past. So we'll say 16 feet 2 inches. And that one's definitely short. So 16 feet 2 inches. That's a, well, another inch and a half. Or excuse me, 16 feet, yeah, 16 feet 2 inches. So another 1.5 foot improvement there after his 30-day transformation there, 18 workouts. Good job. And so core power improved, right? There's all those core exercises. So he improved quite a bit. So we'll go back inside. and kind of dive into each one of the assessments we did today and see what he improved on, see what we still need to work at. So we're all finished up, went through each one of these assessments, and Ryan did a really great job here in the last 30 days in his 30-day golf fitness transmission. How do you feel about it?
Good. Mind to muscle was my biggest trouble with this.
Yeah, a lot of these exercises, a lot of his weaknesses, you know, is that he's just unfamiliar with those movements, how it's supposed to move, how you're supposed to feel, how it's supposed to look. And so that was a big part of it for him, was sort of understanding what he was supposed to do and how it was supposed to be done, and then really getting that ingrained and developing that mobility and that stability, and in turn developing that strength. So let's go through how he did here. Pelvic rotation, all right, definite improvement. I wouldn't say perfect. I wouldn't say it's you know, totally perfect there. He gets a few rotations and then he starts kind of swaying or kind of, you know, going up and down. So, but definitely improved from 30 days ago. Single leg balance, a great job. I mean, he really got a lot better there. That right leg, he flew all the way through it before he dropped immediately. Left, great. So great job on the single leg balance, although, listen, balance is something that we all should be working on all the time for the rest of our lives, right? It's one of the main reasons that, you know, as we get older, we lose our balance, then we start fracturing things, hips and all sorts of different stuff that happens when we get with old age, right? It's because we're imbalanced. So balance exercises are always critical to this. That's why the vast majority of exercises that I prescribe are unilateral, single-legged, or split stance, so one leg's really focusing. So always got to work on balance. So even though I checked it off, it definitely shouldn't be checked off. It should be continually worked at. Lower quarter rotation, so external issues. Ace those this time. Absolutely ace them. And that was probably the one that we hit the hardest as far as glute strength and external rotation. It was in every one of our exercises. We really pounded his glutes. So I definitely expected this one to improve, and it was definitely the one that improved the most. Bridge with leg extension, no issues, right? So we strengthened up that glute with all those exercises that we've done, and it helped him. He had trouble differentiating between contracting the glute and the hamstring, right? So once we got that glute working independently of itself, now he's not cramping up on that right side, and it was actually just a breeze shooting through that test. So check there. Pelvic tilt. All right, so this is one just constantly have to work on, right? It's one of the more difficult ones. A lot of people have that posterior shake and bake, right? So he has no issue doing anterior and posterior tilt, but it's core control, core strength, and really we did a lot of segmenting of the spine, which is also going to be some important going forward, but obviously one that he can continue to improve on. Core power. So that was the last test that we just did. 16 feet 2 inches, I believe. So we gained 1.5 feet there on the core power. Very nice. We pounded some core with this guy. Core was in every single workout, I think. Hates core. Everybody hates core, but it definitely showed the improvement. And then lower body power, which was, you know, it was fine, but it definitely needed improvement, especially in comparison to his upper body. So his chest pass was in the 20s. Lower body was 16, and we got to 17. We improved 1.5 inches, I believe.
17 and a half or something around there.
Yeah, so 17 3/4 is what it was. 17 3/4, so over 1.5 inches on his vertical jump, which is really good for 30 days, right? So, I mean, his strength was always good. We've seen that he didn't increase his power. He still hasn't gotten his power to where it should be. Those numbers should be in the 20s. And so this was what, 16, that was almost 18. We'll just say it was 17. So he's still got some improvement there to get up there, but he's progressing, right? That's what we expected in 30 days. Didn't expect a total overhaul. Definitely need to work on that pelvic rotation, continuing on that, the pelvic tilt. So the pelvis is going to be in going forward, these next 4 weeks, pelvic stuff, right? Yes, we'll continue to work on these, but now the primary focus is those two. We're gonna hit those hard in the next 4 weeks. So he's about to go back to the Midwest, start maybe golfing here in a couple months or so, but I'm gonna send him a program. I've got an app that I use with all my clients. It puts all the exercises in there, videos, describes how to do each one, and we can just communicate back and forth through the app. You know, he can monitor his sets, his reps, everything that he does. He can monitor his, you know, how well he slept, what did he eat. This app is unbelievable. It's a great way to have that sort of guidance right there with you without somebody standing over you. So, is it the perfect solution? No, of course not. If it was, you'd be here and we'd be working out and still going. But I'm sending them away with that. I'm gonna design a new program based upon the results here. And some of the other things, the K motion, the speed, you know, swing speed, and we'll continue to evaluate every 4 weeks or so and progress as we go. So, I think he's pretty happy with how his 30-day golf transformation went. Yeah. And, you know, again, is this going to decrease how many strokes he has out in the course? No. But he's moving better. It's just going to prevent him from aches and pains. It's going to improve his swing speed and his power. There's no doubt about it, right? He's increasing his power. It's going to allow him to hit the ball further. But as far as mechanics-wise, that's for a golf coach, right? All I can do is help him move better, help him improve his strength, improve his power, give that information to the golf coach. He can do the tweaks. Now he's got more things to work on, right? He's improved his balance, improved his rotation. Now the golf coach can help him even more and develop more, you know, benefits to his mechanics. So, good work, bud.
Loving it.
Yeah.
These are also things for life,
Yeah.
not just golf.
Without a doubt. Yeah, we're not professional golfers by any means, but we enjoy doing it, and I'd rather be shooting better and feeling better after rounds. So these are important issues, and again, if you need anything, reach out. Always available for questions and comments. So good work.